Dylan, did you see that OpenAI is buying a media company?
No, I did not.
So they're calling it a media company. It's a podcast, but they're trying to grow and become, a bigger company. But have you heard of the TBPN, which is the Technology Business Programming Network?
No, I have not, but that sounds very corporate.
It is corporate, but it's cool. It's like basically two Silicon Valley founders that wanted to create the Silicon Valley go-to podcast for news.
Sure.
So they have tons of connections, obviously. So they get interviews with, Mark Zuckerberg, all the big players, as well as all, any other founder, entrepreneur in Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
So I honestly haven't heard about it before hearing this news, but I did go and listen to a few episodes and I like it. So
Okay.
I'll probably add it into my rotation.
Nice.
But it's interesting because OpenAI has kind of been criticized a lot in the media. So the fact that they're buying the media now is an interesting strategy that obviously has some, controversy there.
Yeah, but that's not a super uncommon strategy, at least right now with branding and marketing. Like if they were to sponsor a podcast, it's not much different because they're, paying the podcast money, and it makes sense in the long run if they think that content is a good driver for their marketing. It's a good strategy to just buy a media company, which it sounds like, did they just have one podcast? So they just bought a podcast pretty much?
They might have a few shows. Now I know they do a daily live stream on YouTube.
Okay.
I think that's their main show. I'm not entirely sure if they have other shows yet.
What was it called?
Yeah, no, it's just the TBPN Technology's Daily Show.
I mean, it's either they start their own podcast or they buy one, really. I mean, a podcast or YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Some kind of consistent media makes sense to market their product. It's just another distribution channel.
Yeah, for sure. And I think they have a history, Sam Altman, and then the owners of the podcast, John Coogan and Jordy Hayes. I think they have a history together. So I'm sure that made it easier for them too.
Yeah.
But it looks like they purchased it for the low hundreds of millions of dollars, which is pretty crazy for a show that started 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's all we got to do, man. 104 weeks.
Yeah. When can we get Zuckerberg on here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
no, it is interesting. It makes sense. Like you're saying, what's the difference between sponsoring and just buying the company?
Yeah.
I think also they're getting rid of the show's advertising business. So they're just going to be the only source of income now.
Yeah.
Which is interesting too, because it kind of prevents other companies from being able to advertise on that show.
Yeah. So they probably have a pretty decent distribution, a decent amount of viewership. Let's go look at their YouTube real quick. So you're just buying a spot in every one of their episodes, and it's long running. They've been doing this for a couple of years, so they have presence online already. They're buying something that's been out there for 2 years, so it makes sense. There's already 2,000 subscribers. 83,000 subscribers, 2,000 videos. So they have 83.5 subscribers. So it's just another channel to get their stuff into. Their highest viewed stream is at least what I'm seeing is their OpenAI acquires TBPN.
Yeah. It seems like a mutually beneficial thing too, because it definitely brought a lot of eyes to the show itself.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a good distribution channel and a good communication channel for OpenAI, because they're going to get in front of people that already listen to the show, but then also all their users to drive, re-engagement. It's going to be huge. You can be, if I'm a Amazon music person or Amazon podcast person, I'll get a notification whenever they publish videos, and there's going to be little ad spots for OpenAI. And so I'll be reminded to use it whenever I have problems, because when it comes time to cut software, cut expense, then you're going to cut the thing you don't use as much. And so they're going to try to drive more value with that. And I think in the world of AI, brand and content is going to be the main marketing driver. And I think that's always been the case, infomercials, it's just how it's delivered. People are discovering on YouTube, on TikTok products. And so it's kind of a natural thing here where YouTube as a channel has disrupted the media world, and it's a lot more attainable to essentially buy your own broadcast, like buy your own channel, So something people are already watching, you get to buy that for less than it would cost to actually buy like some kind of broadcast company that's
significantly
traditional TV. Yeah, but this is interesting because like if you sort by popular on their YouTube, like there's nothing that's gotten up to 500,000 views. Like in the wide world of YouTube, their view rate is fairly small, but also like they're super niche. Like most of their videos are in the mid thousands, like 7,000 to 8,000.
Yeah, they're not huge by any means. I think what's like they are very involved in the industry itself. So lots of leaders of that industry are watching the show and respect their opinions.
Yeah.
So I think it's also like just as much as OpenAI is advertising to the consumers, it's also kind of a shift into the enterprise marketing as well, kind of targeting those founders early on, I guess, to try to integrate their enterprise into business.
It's weird as more of these channels happen, as more podcasts pop up, more YouTubers pop up. There is a line of how many hours are in a day for people to consume content. So the attention, there's going to be the mammoths, but the attention is going to get spread out enough to where 5,000 views is like consistently it becomes so niched down to where the people that are watching that are taking that content in are very specific, and you can essentially predict their needs and you can sell to those people because it's such a smaller niche. Like I'd rather if I'm going to spend a bunch of money, I would rather have 5 people who I know I can sell my product to versus 1,000 people who may be interested in it, especially if you're in like the enterprise business software world.
Yeah, it's like the audience itself is already curated so much. That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. If you can get 3,000 eyeballs a week, like on a live stream, they're going to get a decent amount of, good leads. All it takes is, one CTO, CEO, CMO, and it pays for that episode.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like a big part of it is like, I don't know if you have like daily live streams, but you kind of build up a trust, or like if you're watching someone daily, you really respect what they have to say.
Yeah.
So if they're already saying like, we support OpenAI this much that we're letting them buy us, that's kind of goes a long way to convince the audience that, maybe it's a good company to use their products.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of value in spending a lot of time with your audience, like having longer episodes, having live streams. I mean, I don't know if I haven't seen the format of the show. I don't know if they respond back to comments, but having essentially like a daily relationship with an audience of 5,000, like that's huge, and that's going to provide a bunch of value for them. So
yeah, we need to live stream this next time.
Yeah, we got to figure it out. That'd be fun.
I did want to say one of the hosts of the show, their statement said, "We've been critical of the AI industry at times, but after getting to know Sam and the OpenAI team, what stood out most was their openness to feedback and commitment to getting this right." So that does give me hope that they'll continue to, if they see something that they feel like they should be critical of, they'll be comfortable saying that. And then maybe it's even a closer relationship with the team that they can kind of get more direct access to trying to get some of the negative stuff changed that they think is negative.
Yeah, maybe. When I hear something like that, I just think how much money is involved. So it's like, we spoke to them, we think they're great because they're going to be paying us more than all of our other advertisers were paying us.
Yeah, I mean, that's
hard. It's hard to get a lot from that, but I see what you're saying. Like, if they've built enough of a brand, also they're going to build more trust. And I think OpenAI needs more trust than ever now with government contracts and stuff like that, Homeland Security things going on. I think that, investing into this long form content, building relationships with the end user and Silicon Valley, the entrepreneurs, I think that it's a good move. Building trust now, especially in this climate, is super important.
Yeah, agreed. Well said.
Hey, thanks.
That's it for today.
All right, sick.
Yeah, thanks for listening to this episode. This is an interesting article. I'm excited to see if the TVPN grows based off this acquisition or not, and I'll probably be checking them out. So.
Yeah, Same here. And if you are a small business owner looking to see where AI fits in your business, go to infactodigital.com. We do a at least monthly webinar where we show case studies, we share where you can use AI in your business, practical steps. We do one-on-one consultations with some people in there. And if you want this news put in your email inbox daily, you can also subscribe to our daily AI for Small Business newsletter at infactodigital.com. And that is it, everybody. See you tomorrow.
So yeah.